baby. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee, baby. Hey, baby. Look here, man. It's your boy, Big Nate, baby. It's Nate Logic, baby. Ooh, wee, baby. Oh, my God. Hey, man, I'm so excited to be here with y'all tonight, man. I know I'm running a few minutes behind. We had some technical difficulties, but we finna work through them. Hey, listen, man, this your boy, it's Nate Logic, baby. Wee, the real underground radio station, baby. Hey, listen, I got my dog here tonight, man. Listen. I had an opportunity to sit down and converse with this young man. Maybe our initial meeting was about a year. And Meet the Plug.
Meet and greet. Meet the plug.
Yes, sir. Chris came and met one of the plugs at the real underground radio station, and now he was able to reach out to me again and say, Nate, I need to tell the people something, Nate. I got something to talk about, and can you make a way for me to sit at the table and talk to the people about what I've been dealing with and about some of my experiences and about my journey to where we are now? Because, Nate, I did come meet the plug, baby. And I said, Chris, wait, baby, come sit down and holler at your dog. This Nate Logic, baby. Wait, baby. Hey, so what's up, Chris? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Man, look here, baby. If I was doing any better, man, I had to chop off both my feet, baby, to let you catch up.
I love the energy, man. I really do.
You know, listen, man, we're excited because we got an opportunity to be here, man.
Oh, absolutely.
That's all.
Any day that you wake up is a great day.
Hey, so I'm glad I'm here. So that's why I'm always in a chipper, excited mood like that, because I know where I could be.
I understand that too.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Because I am where I am is why I act like I act.
No, totally.
Because I realize where I could be.
I get it, man. I love the energy, seriously.
What's up with it, man? So, for the people who don't know, tell me, because we're gonna kind of move a little slow in this.
Okay.
You are...
My name is Chris. I produce. I have some experience with engineering. I just work in the music industry. I'll put it like that.
And where are you from?
North Little Rock.
The North.
Yes, sir. Dogtown.
What do they call it?
Dogtown.
Dogtown, USA.
Dogtown. It's on a big ass building. Dogtown.
Why do they call North Little Rock Dogtown?
Honestly, I looked it up and it's not a good reason. Apparently, they used to just make fun of us and call us dogs and stuff. But yeah,
I don't see nothing.
We reclaimed it.
I don't see nothing wrong with being called
Personally,
a dog.
yeah, I was gonna say a dog is hungry. At the end of the day, what is a dog gonna do? It's gonna chase. It's gonna eat.
What's wrong with being called a dog?
Nothing's wrong with being called a dog. I'm just saying, in general, they tried to make it derogatory.
They tried to make that word dog bad, but what a big dog do? A big dog gonna eat, baby. And Chris, always. So we got who you are.
Yeah.
We got where you from.
Yes, sir.
We touched a little bit at what you do.
Yeah.
Before we dive all the way into what you do, Chris, tell me a little bit more of what you do. What I mean by that is you make beats.
Absolutely.
Give me some. Has any of your beats landed anywhere where everybody would know? Give me one of your biggest.
I have
beats.
not gotten any major placements, but I will say I've done some local work. I've worked with Caprice. I've worked with Lodizi. I've worked with Boulevard Brandon. I've worked with 19G's extensively. He's one of my main clients. I'm trying to think, who else? I made a beat for Dolomite, Trey Doss. I've worked with Gucci J a little bit over at Black Cartel Studios. I've not too many, but it's more or less kind of up to if people are interested in taking on the project with me.
So you want to go on a journey. You're not really just into completing one song beat. You want to do whole journeys.
I mean, depending on what the artist is looking for. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, man, my job as a producer is to help the artist to bring out their vision. Whatever it looks like, I want to help them get it to it. Because I've spent a lot of time trying to, make these beats exactly the way I hear them. I want to do that for other people. That's the way I do it.
Who would you think you get your beat style from?
Hobson. Hobson, full stop. Yes, absolutely. Hobson is honestly one of my biggest inspirations, not just for the beats, but for rapping, just in general. He is an incredible musician. Before that, of course, Metro. Yeah, Young Metro. And then, of course, I used to tell people all the time I was like Scott Storch Jr. Nah, that shit's lame as hell. But yeah, no, Rick Rubin comes to mind, but he don't even make beats. He's just like, he's sitting there and he'll be like, I think that sounds pretty good. So I mean, like,
so let me ask you this then, Chris.
Yeah.
Tell me your why. Why music? Why rap? Why here?
All right. So on that one, I'll kind of answer in the best way that I can. But my bad. Here. But I'll answer that the best way I can. I'll say my entire life, literally, I cannot like fathom a time where I was not obsessed. And I don't mean obsessed in the way that a lot of people say they're obsessed with me. I mean, I was infatuated by music. Literally all day long. From the very beginning of my life, I would sit, listen to my mom's albums all day, go and watch MTV Jams with my sister all night type thing. And honestly, it was my main way of communicating for a good bit of my life, because for the first like 5-6 years, I was nonverbal. I'm autistic, if you don't know. And part of that was just blatantly like, I didn't like to talk to people, but I would sit there and hum to myself for hours. So my mom tried in every single category to get me to learn how to play an instrument, but it's kind of hard to do that without lessons and when you're like 7. So it never caught on. But eventually I would say the why stopped being, well, I'm just infatuated with music, and it more so just became like, I literally need to make music in order to function.
So this became a part of
my identity.
How
it became a part of me, literally.
So when this became a part of you, this became a part of how you expressed yourself.
Absolutely.
A part of how you just everything.
Yeah, it's paramount to me as a person that I continue to work in the creative arts. It doesn't necessarily always have to be music, because I also make certain like graphic design stuff, but very, very slight on that. And I'm very much interested in learning how like content pipelines come together and that type of thing. I'm very interested in multimedia, but music is where the center focus is always laid.
So basically it was just like creating content, creating,
literally the joy of creating, bro. If Bob Ross was a producer, that's me.
You know, you gotta write like this.
I'm so for real. Even the angry beats ain't angry. They just they minor.
Right. So okay, I can dig that. I like that, Chris. Let me ask you a question. When you're not creating, is that when you find yourself in the hardest spaces?
Absolutely. When I'm not able to create, when I'm not able to express myself, that's when I feel the most closed off. Because I don't know if you can tell. I don't have like tattoos. I don't have any like distinguishing features that really set me apart. So I really need my music in order to have that sense of expression, because I'm so milquetoast of a person, you know?
And when you say milquetoast, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so
straight edge? Are you saying that?
I'm by far not straight edge, but I will say this: I'm just very careful with how I conduct myself in all places, because growing up, things were not always guaranteed to be safe. So you don't never want to let your guard down too long. And one of those things is like, nobody should ever be able to tell where you're from. Nobody should ever be able to tell like what city you rep in type thing. It really just comes down to like, I need to be a blank slate to everyone that I meet.
You want to be safe?
To a certain extent, yeah.
Safe but dangerous.
Yeah, you're right, because the music industry is never safe.
You know the thing about it, Chris, being able, you named some of the unfortunately, the rap game, and especially in Arkansas,
Absolutely.
can be a bit tumultuous.
Yes.
How have you been able to deal with that?
I'll be honest with you. It has not been as easy as my 12-year-old self probably thought it was, but I've been dealing with it at a pace that's reasonable. I've been making connections. A lot of people that aren't even from this city, I'm talking Fayetteville, Russellville. I reach out to them, Fort Smith. I have a lot of people in my contact list, and it's almost like for a while I've been building that reach, and now it's important that I use my opportunity to work with these incredible people to try to not only help myself but to help them get to that next level.
I believe that your network is your net worth. So
Absolutely.
So I can tell 2 years ago when we met, or whenever we met at Meet the Plug, I could see it took a lot of courage for you to, I remember you walking up to everybody.
Yeah, literally, man. I may be timid, but I'm not fucking shy. I'm sorry. I'm blatantly a very, very outgoing person, but it's very difficult for me to approach people, and that might just go back to the autistic thing. I learned a lot of my social interactions from a fucking book. So for me, it's difficult. But I pushed past anyway. It got me an incredible life going. So,
and I hate to say this, but I don't want to pretend like it's not a thing.
Yeah.
Being a white kid. In this mix.
Yeah.
Has that been a challenge?
No. And the simple reason why is my fucking family. Literally. The simplest reason that I can put it at is my family, okay? My father is some guy that y'all will never know the name of, alright? That's the sperm donor. That's how the phenotype came together, alright? But the man who raised me, my dad, his name is George Washington Tanner Jr. This is a black man, alright? He was a Black Panther and a Green Beret. This man instilled me with more respect than I could ever imagine. Alright? This man instilled me with more discipline than I could ever imagine. This is the man who literally used to, whenever my grades slipped up, he would make me and my sister sit with a fucking dictionary or an encyclopedia and start copying the pages. So, literally it starts with him. And because that boundary was already broken, for my mother at least, we did not have any problem welcoming anybody into our family.
You got a pretty big family. How many siblings?
Fucking too many, man. At a certain point, I could tell you an exact number, but it's too many. It's too many to count.
You got like a melting pot of a family.
You've seen the pictures, right?
I've seen the pictures.
I was going to say, the picture, man. That was literally just reality. If you were in my mama's house, a lot of people can speak to it. If they grew up on Pike, bro, you were at Mama Sue's. It just was part of it. My mom was literally every...
Alright, I think we're back, Chris.
Alright,
I think we're back, man.
Alright.
Sorry about that. Okay. I guess the conversation got a little too real too quick.
Man, I'm a passionate speaker. I don't know what to say about that.
Well, I can appreciate the passion. I think the passion is what we miss a lot of times. People lack passion, so I can appreciate the passion. And I think being able to speak to that passion, being able to understand the passion is what happens sometimes. So absolutely. I can appreciate the passion.
I appreciate it.
So back to Mama Sue, you were saying...
Literally everybody if you lived on Pike and you were in the age group of literally, I'm talking from 5 to 19 and up even, You was at Mama Sue's house. You was eating dinner with us. You was probably even sleeping on the couch with us type shit. We had a big-ass sectional where all them people could fit, too. So it was never a problem. For me personally, I understand that this question started with the whole me being white in the music industry, specifically in the rap game in Little Rock. So I want to honestly expound on that part a little bit more before I get back into the Mama Sue stuff. I will say the reason why I brought up my family is because my brothers were the ones that told me to start making beats. I wanted to be a musician so damn bad, but couldn't learn how to play that guitar because my fucking hands cramped too much. The piano gave me carpal tunnel. Shit, what the fuck I'm gonna do now? Oh, little bro, you know you can just make beats. How the fuck I do that? YouTube it.
Damn. Here you go, YouTuber.
All right, we gonna figure it out. And then that's exactly what happened. I had some help from my best friend to learn the basics of my very first DAW, which was not good. But everybody starts somewhere, you know?
So you had a necessity.
Absolutely.
You found a need.
It was really just
a need to get it out. Let me say
absolutely, yeah. There was a literal drive within myself that if I did not do this, it was going to actively make my life a lower quality.
Heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
Man, it's all just.
And it goes back to what I was saying earlier when we were just talking. That necessity is what drives us.
Absolutely.
That desire, that thing that says I have to get this out. This has to happen.
Absolutely.
That's what drives us. And until we get to that position, that desire, that necessity, we're gonna be comfortable.
Exactly.
You're not gonna fight for a bone if you got one in your pocket.
How the fuck no?
You're not gonna be mad about a sandwich if you got one in your pocket.
Absolutely.
And so, what I like is the fact that you were able to say, I did this because I had to get this outlet going.
I literally had to, man. Like, when I tell you, we were so broke at my mama's house. I don't know how the hell she fed all of us, but we were so broke that for a while, man, I couldn't even afford a bed to sleep on. I slept on a yoga mat, bro. I literally would come home from my little shift at Dollar General. I had just put food in that fridge. Mind you, all my siblings old enough, they moved out, whatever, right? Random people done come through my mom's house, took all the damn food I just bought that morning. I'm not kidding when I tell you, I literally had to. It was all signs pointed to go make them fucking beats. You know what I mean? Especially my brothers, like, encouraging me directly, and plus my brothers were the first people that ever rapped on my shit. I didn't know I was even good enough to make beats for people to rap on, because the whole thing was just so fucking ornate. It was just so complicated to me. But I realize now that it's really not. It's really not. It's just the creative process. It looks a little different depending on how you do it. Yeah, somebody working around in MS Paint's probably going to be able to do a little bit more, or I'm not going to be able to do as much as somebody working in Photoshop, but at the end of the day, they're both image manipulation software.
Right.
They're both still getting the contract done, just the ways that they've learned. And for me, I had to learn 2-3 basic ass beginner DAWs before I even stepped foot in FL. So
right. I understand that, and I can appreciate that. It just took courage to just say, "Fuck, this finna happen."
It had to, literally. I remember being. It wasn't even Dollar General yet. It was Kroger. I remember being at Kroger pushing them damn shopping carts. And
do you remember your first beat?
Absolutely. I could play my first beat if you let me, but
where do you play your first beat at, Chris?
Man, it's in a Google Drive folder from years.
I wish we would have had a little bit more time. I definitely want to hear.
It's not good.
It's not good, but hey, it was a starting point, right?
It was very. You know what? My very first beat is on my SoundCloud. If anybody wants to go check that out, but it's listed as "Keep It Up, Kid."
Keep It Up, Kid. Okay, Chris. Some of the challenges that I've seen you since I've been following you have been some depression challenges and things of that nature. How with everything going on, Did producing music and all that, did that help you deal with that?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I hit my lowest point at a certain time, and literally I had to lock myself in my home office for about 3 days, and that's when I had put together the beat, and then I wrote the song, and then literally the very next day I finally had the courage to get about that room. I came down here and I recorded Another Reason. So like that's music is the only way to get me out of that mood, to be real. Just being able to create again has been so liberating, and I feel, even though I'm still creatively frustrated in a lot of ways because maybe I don't have the same level of access to some of the sounds that I used to have, man, none of that shit fucking matters.
You remind me so much of my little brother, man. And it's I just got done fussing and arguing with him, and he always talks to me about creating and how much of a need his freedom and creating means to him. And you and him remind me so much alike because he has this innate desire, demand, not even desire, but demand for freedom.
Absolutely.
And demand to create.
Absolutely.
And build. And these are essential parts of him.
He doesn't sound that different, to be honest.
Y'all just don't
I understand. I get it. Why you say
I promise he's become like one of my best friends, and one of my best friends that annoys the snot out of me. But I see the similarities in you and him. I think what happens, y'all, he talks a lot about, what is it, chop water, carry wood. Can you give me, so what that means is that what prepares you for to being free, what prepares you to having that creative freedom. So what are some of the things that you personally have to do to create?
Well, I mean, realistically, there were some roadblocks along the way, man. Nobody wakes up and just has all that fucking software. Nobody wakes up and has the money for all that fucking software.
Right.
So, for the first literal, I'd say 10 years of me producing, I stole every bit of my software. I cracked that shit. I went on Pirate Bay. I ain't have no fucking VPN. They sent me them letters and I ain't care. My mom probably got her internet shut off so many damn times from me trying to fucking pirate Omnisphere. So it has been a very, very lengthy process. And I'll say, like, there's also that, like, barrier that a lot of people don't really know how much that shit actually costs. I remember I walked in the Guitar Center the first time I was there to get a fucking MIDI controller. I wanted one of them, what's it called? Them damn launch keys. And yeah, no, hell no. Not for a long time.
How much was it?
Like $400, $500, something like that. Man, I was 16 years old at that time.
Thinking he was just gonna walk in there and they're going,
man, hell no, fuck no.
How much? So did you finally get one?
Hell no!
I still ain't got one.
I don't know how to play an instrument. Why the fuck I'm gonna buy it if I can't play it?
So what do you, I mean? So that's where you again.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you, Nate. Until I have at least like an intermediacy on any instrument, right now the fastest way for me to make beats, the most optimized way, is to click everything in. And that's the way I've been doing it this whole time. There's no reason to change the process when it works.
It's got a demand for it.
I understand completely. And that is going to...
No, I'm saying there's a demand for the beats you make.
I mean, sure.
Somebody out there knocking on your door right now saying, Chris, I need a beat.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely attest to that.
So, I mean, it works. We just need to get your beats to the right people, that's all.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll say, man, when you, quote-unquote, blow up, it happens so damn quick. So damn quick. I mean, it was literally the day after I had started like to make the moves in the industry and start to network and get to know people, and I got to know Dirt and you, for example, it literally went from I was getting like 5 views on my posts to getting well over 100, and it was like I don't know how to engage with that many people at that time, but at the same time, man, it comes with time. You figure out what to say, what not to say, and to be real with you, I personally feel like I said what not to say a little bit too many times. A lot of people have, I'm not going to say they've turned their back on me, I'm not going to say they've stopped supporting me, but I will say that they are less willing to tune into what I have to say because my words have lost their value. I've said too much. You get what I mean?
You feel like you've said too much and now it's time to show up.
It's absolutely time to show up. I'm going to be real with you. It was my own fucking fault that I've been in the position that I've been in for 2 years. All right?
Whoa, wait, baby. Hold. Whoa. Say that again.
We're going to get there.
No, say that again for me.
It was my fucking fault.
Accountability feel good.
Absolutely. And the reason why I say it was my fucking fault, okay? Regardless, I don't give a fuck what you do. It's okay to have your vice, whatever it is. Keep your vice separate from your profession. Keep it separate from your passion. Do not let them hoes mix. And the reason I'm saying this, and I'm saying it so passionately right now, is because the reason that I was not able to make music for 2 fucking years is because I spilled my bong on my laptop. Do you know how much motherfucking music was on that laptop, Nate? A lot. I was working on 3 separate albums at that time. All almost ready to go. I will never have those files again. I will never have any of those tracks. I will never have access to those instruments ever again.
So even with that though, Chris, that just...
It put a fire under my ass.
Ooh, wait, baby.
It did.
Because you can't look at nobody else and say...
It was my fault. It was my fault. I was over here, I was just trying to... Like I said, if you mix your vice and your profession or your passion or whatever you want to call it, if you mix them, you're setting yourself up for a bad time, regardless. And I know this to be true on other levels too, because there's been fucking studio sessions that I couldn't fucking work in because I was too high. I'm sorry.
It's true though.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to be able to focus on your profession.
Absolutely.
When it's time to work, it's time to work.
It is. And a lot of people can't make that distinction. And to be real with you, I was one of those fucking people. But I'm telling you right now, the reason I came here tonight is because this is my show up arc. This is what I'm doing. I put out a fucking album 2 days ago that I've been sitting on for 2 years, wondering if it was good enough. Finally put that shit out, just to get it off. I needed that. I feel so fucking liberated now.
You feel better for it.
Absolutely.
Cause you had that setback.
Absolutely.
And now you were able to work through it.
Yes.
Chris, I love that. And before you could work through it, you had to own it.
Man, not only did I have to own it, I had... Story time. That laptop that I spilled bong water on was my mom's absolute best gift that she has ever given me in my entire life. And I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea how she got it. She told me never to try to pawn it. I know how she got it. I'm gonna put it like that. That shit was boosted. Point blank, period. I remember when it happened, I reached out to my mom. And my mom sounded so fucking hurt. She couldn't believe that I didn't have that computer anymore. I didn't have access to...
Did you throw it away?
Man, I still got it at the damn house. I'm hoping one day I'm gonna open that bitch up and figure it out.
Don't throw it away, man. There's somebody who can fix that.
Bro, I bet. I'm willing to.
There's somebody when you get big, bro.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, when Hobson or somebody buy this next beat,
we'll figure it out. Man.
They're gonna be like, yo, man, bring this shit to me.
We'll figure it out. I'll put it like this.
You got some Grammy winners on that computer, dog.
Probably. I'm not even, like, that's not my hubris talking. I mean, with the amount of work that I was putting in, the amount of work that I'm still putting in, I make several beats every single day. I don't have my laptop with me, but I could literally show you. It's a list, and I sort them by date. I don't even name them hoes anymore. I just make them, I date them, and I move on.
So now,
until somebody tells me they want it. So
you just let somebody, how do y'all normally get these beats out?
Man, I'm a very, very personable person. All right, I'm very much. I want to work with the artist. I don't want to just give them whatever I threw together for them. I want to curate everything for each particular artist that I work for.
Right.
And that's what's allowed me to work in so many different fields. You know, I've made countless, at this point, freaking hip hop. I've not made that much electronic music. So whenever I'm sitting and just making stuff by myself, it's usually electronic or it's pop, or I've even delved into country, man. I will try anything just because there's no reason for me to not.
It's still creating.
Exactly.
Regardless of what genre of music it is, it's still creating.
Man, on the country point, there's some beautiful country songs that are literally some of my favorites, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here at this point, like, type shit. I'm so for real. My grandma's favorite song was I Hope You Dance. That is personally a song that if I even start talking about it, I start to chill. Yeah.
Who I Hope You Dance.
Yeah, you know
it. It's a powerful song.
Yes.
But there again, I think
it's all emotions, man.
Yeah, it's all emotions, and music is just creating.
Absolutely.
So it's just a creation. I can appreciate that. Where are your grandparents from?
I don't know. I really don't. I wish I could sit here and tell you. I never met the ones that came from my sperm donor. Most of my dad's family were over in Virginia, so we never got to make that connection. And my mother's father is the reason why I'm so big about my safety. I'll put it like that.
I understand that. Let me ask you a question. You spent pretty much your whole life in off pipe?
Yeah, we'll say that, because my family, from what I understand, my mom had my sister when she was living in California, and then she moved to Arkansas, and that was roughly about a year before I was conceptualized or whatever the hell. And at that point, they were living in Fort Smith, and we were going to live our entire lives in Fort Smith. That was the plan, type shit. We were not at all planning on moving again. Because, you know, moving is a stressful ass process. But I was very, very young. So I'm only going off of accounts that I've been told. But apparently it was so horrible, our quality of life living there, because I have a mixed sister, that we literally would have clan members that would harass us. I'm so for real.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Man, it goes crazier than that, bro. One of my cousins was in the fucking clan. I'm not kidding.
Damn.
Yeah. You wonder why I'm like so fucking weird and shit, man. It's complicated, man. I don't talk to the man. I don't fucking know what he's got going on, but from what I understand, he left that shit and found a better life for himself, and I'm happy for him for
God
it.
bless him.
Exactly. You know, there's no fucking reason to be a bigot.
None. Absolutely none. But some people are. So, you know.
Yeah.
You just gotta let people be who they are, man.
And to be fair, man, there's an entire industry called Fox News that literally propagates and trains them up. So
Right. And you know, people are who they are, man. I never get caught up in it.
Exactly.
So, Chris, you got this new project that you're working on.
Absolutely.
And
Synaptic Symphonies. Synaptic Symphonies.
You excited about it?
Man, it came out 3 days ago. Sorry, it came out Sunday. And I have not been more excited. I told my sister, her name is Rebecca, by the way. I told Rebecca blatantly, like, this is my Ziggy Stardust. This is my fucking Dirty Sprite. This is my fucking I'm trying to think of another, like, you get what I'm trying to say.
Right.
This is what I've been working towards this whole time, and this is only the first part, because that's the thing. These are beats I made 2 years ago.
Oh, wait, baby.
I'm working so damn much right now. I have 2 projects in the pipeline, and I will be more than happy to discuss them when we're closer to the timeline. But I will say, one is a mixtape, where y'all are finally gonna gonna get to hear some raps or whatever, if that's even something people are interested in. I feel like more people want the beats. So Synaptic Symphonies Volume 2 is absolutely
where they find it at, Chris?
Everything. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube.
Tell them where they can find your music at.
I mean, everything. Apple Music. Yeah, my bad. It's YXTI, Yeti.
YXTI.
YXTI, pronounced as Yeti. And it's called Synaptic Symphonies.
Man, I bet that's dope. I'm gonna check it out. Hey, Chris, so any final words before we get out of here, man?
Man, honestly, I just really want to say, like, I really just appreciate you allowing me to come and talk with you tonight. I feel like we broke a little bit of barriers. I apologize for,
No, Chris, listen.
The behaviors of my passions.
No, because I'm gonna be honest, Chris, if you weren't passionate like that, I wouldn't take you serious. I need to see passion. Passion means to me that you care.
I'll put it like this, man. So fucking long, I was so hell-bent that I had already made it because I made the contacts. I ain't do a goddamn thing yet. And the reason I know I didn't is because I didn't have the fucking charisma. I didn't have the fucking know-how. I didn't have the fucking gall to sit in this room and start yelling like this.
Now you do.
Over here like,
nervous. You gotta let that dog out.
Fuck.
Chris, you from Dogtown.
Exactly.
You gotta let that fucking dog out.
Exactly.
Don't you put that dog on no leash.
Never. Honestly.
Oh, wait, baby.
Never again.
Don't put no dogs on no leash around here, baby.
Man, look, I'm gonna put it like this, okay? I was bullied incessantly my entire fucking life for a lot of things that I could not control. For my wealth situation, for my fucking pet situation, like literally had pet rats type shit, okay? A lot of shit that was out of my control. But I will say this. I am no longer in a position where I feel sorry for myself. I don't need to be. I am becoming the best version of myself.
Hey, every day.
Absolutely. And part of that was realizing, I don't know if you might have caught on or not, I'm almost 7 foot fucking tall.
You are tall.
I'm a Bigfoot. That's where Yeti comes from. By the way, to expand on that a little bit, I wear a size 18, man. My shoes are too big for y'all to walk in.
Oh, wait. Too fucking big. Y'all can't walk in that man's feet. Shoes? Oh, god damn. You my fucking 18 shoe.
You want me to take it off?
No, please don't.
I was finna say it's gonna stank like a motherfucker.
I'm straight.
Yeah, bro. You don't want that. I'm a big ass motherfucker, and that's just part of it. But literally, man, I really want to say, like, I appreciate it because this helps a lot.
Nah, we knocking down doors.
Absolutely.
What did I tell you? OPA, right?
One play away.
You fucking right, dog.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this your boy Big Nate with the Real Underground Radio Station. Chris, this my dog Yeti.
Yes, sir. Yeti. And y'all can go get that. It's on every single platform. Synaptic Symphonies. I got 12 tracks for you, 45 minutes of music. Maybe there's a bonus on there. You're going to have to find out.
Hey, this is your dog Big Nate. Hey, man, I know Iceman up in here somewhere. I just seen him. I got my dog Bobby Lowe, the billionaire man. Whole lot of money coming up. Oh, wait, baby. Hey, we finna get this thing going on the 870 show, baby. Oh, wait, baby. Oh, wait, baby.